I bought a refurbished PS5 from GameStop, but did they actually refurbish it? And if so, did they do a good job of it? First, let's take a look at it, then we'll get it plugged in and see if it even works. Also, just by pure coincidence, I'm wearing our new TronicsFix PS5 line drawing t-shirt. You can get that at TronicsFix.com if you want one for yourself. Now, I actually ordered this PS5 back in January. I paid $459 for it. It is the disc version and it has the console plus the controller. Now, I did check the current price as of April 2023, and the current price is still the same at $459. I paid for a refurbished. This box says certified pre-owned. I don't know if there's even any difference at this point, but let's see what it actually looks like. Got an instruction sheet, and we got a controller, a HDMI cable, a stand with the screw, power cable, and USB-C cable. And now we can have a look at the PlayStation 5. I will say that I do like how they have these inserts that just go right on the ends for shipping. That makes it super easy and safe for shipping. And that's similar how PlayStation themselves ships these things. Now, my initial impression is this is pretty clean. Got like a little maybe fingerprint or something on there. Oh, I can see some sanding stripes right there. I don't like that already. And if we look closely on the back, this has all been sanded as well. I really hope they didn't sand any of the glossy pieces. Let's check it out. And of course they did. I don't know why they do this. Actually, I do know why they do it, but it is so annoying. They just sand all the glossiness right off. Now, to be fair on this, it actually doesn't look that bad. Honestly, it looks kind of cool, but I have seen consoles like on the PS4, the original and the shiny cover, they would just sand that down. And unfortunately that, in my opinion, just didn't look good. This actually looks kind of cool. So even though I don't like the fact that they sand them, I think this actually looks kind of cool how it is. Now let's take a quick look at the controller. Actually, no evidence of sanding so far, which is nice. Okay, this actually looks okay. It feels good. Thumbsticks are a little worn, but not bad at all. So far, this actually looks pretty decent. But let's get it plugged in and see if it starts up and if it'll play a game. So we have it all plugged in. Disk drive has power. Let's power it on. We've got a blue light. Oh, we got something on the screen maybe. Okay, so we do have something on the screen. Let's put a PS5 disc in and see what happens. Okay, and the disc is spinning up, so the disk drive works. So far, this PS5 is looking good, but what does it look like on the inside, and what did they do to it to refurbish it? Let's open it up and find out. So, top cover. The fan from this side looks decent, and it looks like this might be the 1215 model. I didn't actually pay attention to that. And yep, it is the 1215 model. That's actually pretty surprising. Okay, let's try the bottom cover. See what that looks like. Okay, this is interesting. So this PS5 has not been opened up before. So they're calling this a refurbished PS5, but they actually haven't opened anything up on this PS5. I'm not sure why they would call it that versus just pre-owned like it says on the box. Also, there's like something stuck under this sticker. There's something stuck under this sticker too. It makes me feel like, I wonder if they're making their own stickers. Although looking at the screws too, there's no marks on the screws. There would be marks on the screws if they had taken this apart before. I think we need to take it apart though. Number one, to inspect it. Number two, I want to look at the condition of the liquid metal and see if there's a dry spot on the APU. I'm also going to respread the liquid metal while I'm in there just to make sure that this PS5 lasts a long time. So let's see what this stuff is that's caught in there. Yeah, I don't actually know. Just a little piece of some sort of fabric. It's caught in here too. Yeah, that's strange. It looks like it is a genuine sticker that's on there. So I don't think this is something that they would have made to replace the warranty sticker. Okay, so I gotta hand it to PlayStation. This is brilliant. I'm sure that they didn't do this on purpose for this reason, but look at the color of this connector versus the part it attaches to on the board. If we remove this, you can see the connector is white, the piece that it connects to is black. That is brilliant from a repair perspective because a lot of people grab on the part that's on the board and pull that connector off of the board, and that requires soldering to repair. So this is brilliant. Like I said, I doubt that's why they did it, but I still love it. So at this point, I'm gonna get it disassembled the rest of the way, then we'll have a look at the liquid metal once we get down to it. Now, I bought a number of refurbished consoles from GameStop, and honestly, I've not been that impressed. This one so far actually looks pretty good compared to the others that I've gotten. I've been on sort of a quest in the last few years to find the best refurbished consoles out there, and the ones I bought directly from the manufacturers have been consistently way better than any of the third-party retailers like GameStop. The word refurbished seems to mean something totally different depending on the retailer you're buying from. The consoles that I've bought from retailers like GameStop and DK Oldies, I've not been that impressed with, but the consoles that I bought directly from the manufacturer have been basically in brand new condition. So I can say if you're trying to get the console in the best condition for a very similar price, I would simply buy from the manufacturer over third-party companies such as GameStop. So here's the other thing I love about this model is this ribbon cable that's underneath this plate. It used to be all one plate and you had to remove all of those screws to get to this ribbon cable. Now they have a separate plate that you can just remove, and that gets you right down to this ribbon cable. Again, they probably didn't do it for repair people like me, but it does make it a lot easier. Now we can remove this clamp, then get the motherboard out and have a look at that liquid metal. Okay, here we go. Let's see what it looks like. All right, a little bit, maybe a little bit of a dry spot. Let's have a closer look at that. So maybe a little bit of dry spot developing right here. It looks like maybe a little bit of oxidation. Let's have a look at the heatsink. And similar story there, maybe a little bit. This really isn't bad though. I haven't decided whether the 1215 is better about this or whether they just haven't been out long enough to really develop that dry spot. So I'm gonna remove the oxidation and respread some of this liquid metal before we put that board back in. Now I'm just using this cotton swab looking thing that comes with the liquid metal to rub on this heatsink, and that just rubs that oxidation right off. We can get this liquid metal spread around like it should be. I was gonna add some, but this actually looks pretty good. There's quite a bit on here, so not gonna worry about that. Some of it does soak into this Q-tip looking swab, so I guess I probably should add a little bit. And now the same thing here. And then we'll just add a little bit. Doesn't need much. There we go. That's plenty. Maybe a little too much. What am I saying? That looks like the perfect amount of liquid metal. Okay. And that looks great. And now with the perfect amount of liquid metal, we can get this thing reassembled. Overall, this PS5 was actually in really good condition, and it's the newest model. It kind of makes me wonder if they knew who was ordering it. I'm watching you, GameStop. Of course, who knows, maybe they're doing a lot better refurbishing consoles than the last few I bought from them. Speaking of my last few GameStop refurbished videos, I'm gonna put a video up on your screen now where I bought a refurbished Xbox Series X from GameStop. Also, one other thing, if you're hanging out at VidCon 2023 in Anaheim, California, I'm also there and I'm hanging out at the BW100 booth, so come hang out with me and say hi. Thanks again for watching today. Go check out my merch at TronicsFix.com, and I hope you have a good one.